If you're thinking about stepping into the drone world in the year 2025, this is going to be the breakdown of what a beginner could expect when it comes to DJI drones. We're going to start with the simplest and then most affordable drone of the bunch and work our way from there. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which DJI drone is best suited to you, so you can get flying sooner and start capturing some incredible shots. Let's start out with the DJI Neo. Simple and the most cost-effective of the bunch, but the very cheapest option is around $200. You can control it with your phone, you can control it with the buttons on the back. It's tiny at 135 grams, and it really simplifies the experience. If you don't want any complicated controller, this is great. We have 4K 30 frames a second, AI subject tracking, and palm takeoff. Perfect for a beginner who wants great visuals without complexity. You're going to get about 22 minutes of flight time. The more of these you have, the better. If you can afford the Fly More combo, go for it. And I should add the obstacle avoidance. In this little tight space that I was walking through into this cave, the DJI Neo followed me seamlessly. It is so surprising how good the tracking is on this, so do not write it off. One extra, you can get the FPV controller or the motion controller, as well as goggles to fly this in an FPV mode. The point being, the DJI Neo gives you plenty of flexibility of how to fly it. For a beginner drone, you can start expanding on this. The drawback is the camera quality is not the best. Is the Neo's low price and simplicity tempting for your first drone? Or do you want more features right away? Let me know below. Now here's the DJI 4K. This is the next price above, about $300. It's still under 250 grams, and if you hear me talking about that, it's because 250 grams is the limit in which you want to be below to not have to register with the FAA. 4K 30 frames a second, as well as 31 minutes of flight time, so you're getting a little bit more. Couple of options for controllers. No FPV if that's important to you. It skips the obstacle avoidance, so you have to be cautious with this one. But if you want to become a good flyer, then maybe no obstacle avoidance is not a bad thing, though it saved me a couple of times. No AI features like on the Neo and some other drones that we're going to talk about. So 4K footage without breaking the bank, a very viable option when you're a beginner in the drone world. So does the 4K make it as your beginner drone? Or if you spend a little bit extra, let's see what you can get in the next options. The DJI Flip. Compact and travel ready, and one of the newest drones that DJI released in the year 2025. What you do get, folding propellers. It's built for portability and ease of use, and again, under the 250 gram limit. This time you're getting 4K 60 frames a second, and why 60 frames a second is important is because you can slow your footage down for slow motion. The other drones we've looked at so far capped out at 30 frames a second. This goes up to 60, which is always good. And it's really a hybrid drone. You could really put this right between the Neo, so the first drone we looked at, and our next option, which is going to be the Mini 3 and the Mini 4. So you're gaining some features from the Mini series, you're gaining some features from the Neo. Bigger propellers, a little bit faster, and that same awesome AI features that I actually really like on the Neo. Now what you are losing out on is no FPV features. So you can hook this up to goggles or the motion controller or the FPV controller. And FYI, I'm not made of money, so therefore I haven't tested every single one of these drones out, and I've tested quite a lot of them, as you can see what I have. We do have obstacle avoidance here. If it's something you want to consider, if that's a must, then it has front-facing obstacle avoidance. 31 minutes of flight time, same as the 4K, but still more than the DJI Neo. A little bit of higher price with all these features we're talking about, so it's along the lines of $439 roughly. It's not as feature-packed as other drones, but you are going to get some great visuals from it and have a great experience flying it. The package, it's pretty hard to beat for that price. So if portability is key to you, this will be your drone. Would you grab the Flip or one of the other options? Let me know. The DJI Mini 3, a one that I hold close to my heart because it was my very first drone, and it is a lightweight powerhouse, under 250 grams, important. Very compact, very portable. The price and the picture quality, the DJI Mini 3 is still a go-to for many people. A lot of people didn't go up to the newest version, which is the 4. And we are going to put these separately on the list because there is a price difference there, and there is a very strong argument to get a 3 over a 4 in today's day and age. You get more flight time, so at 38 minutes, as well as you can get a bigger battery, a bigger capacity battery, which gives you a little bit more. It's along the lines of 40 odd minutes, 45 minutes. Caveat, it puts you over the weight limit of 249 grams, so you would need to then register it with the FAA, depending on whether you want to use your phone or the screen. If you're going to use your phone as your primary screen, it can and will dim in direct sunlight. You are going to get 4K without breaking the bank, as well as you can do vertical shooting. So you hit a button and the camera rotates around. Not many drones can do that. If vertical shooting is important to you, you'll get your full 4K image flipped. Personally, I didn't really use it. You're going to get some awesome automated features. It's not AI tracking like you're going to get on some of the newer drones. So if you're learning to fly, a lot of cool features in this one, and this one has front obstacle avoidance. So does the Air 3 balance the price and features that you're looking for, or are you looking for more? In rolls the Mini 4, so the newest Mini version, has 360 obstacle avoidance, has an improved sensor, is going to cost you a little bit more, is still under the 250 gram weight limit. If you want the latest and greatest, this is the drone. The flight time is a little bit less as well, but still 4K, 60 frames a second, which is fantastic. And the image quality is the newer sensor, so you're getting a little bit more out of your image than you would on the original Mini 3. With an increased price and a little bit more to work with in terms of safety features, it certainly is a valid option. Just don't dismiss the 3. I promise you it's great. It is a lightweight powerhouse and a perfect beginner drone if you have a little bit more ambition to get a little bit more out of your drone and your images. So then a couple of extra features you're getting for the Mini 4 Pro. Is it worth it to you? Is it worth that extra cost? Let me know. Now let's move on to my favorite drone. Yes, of all of the drones we've talked about at this point, my favorite has been sat right here the whole time, and it is in fact the Avata 2. We're talking about an FPV drone, a first-person view drone. Yes, the Neo has the capability, and it's actually smaller, right? So that can be a benefit. You're going to spend a decent amount of money here. You can get started with the motion controller. That is for beginners. That will be a fantastic, great place to start, but do not stop there. My recommendation, this is an extra, an optional extra, but the FPV controller is for sure where your sight should be set to get to the point where you are flying with that controller. Now, not to say you have to fly full manual. Manual just means you have every say in which direction this drone goes. And you can cut the motors, which is my favorite thing to do, where you can basically just point the drone down, cut the motors, and it free falls down, and then you can pick it back up. And basically, if you're going to go down a waterfall, that's exactly how you would do it. It's an immersive way to fly. There's nothing like it. Being in the goggles, it literally feels like you're flying. So if you're looking for thrill seeking, you're looking to get into FPV, you're looking to push the limits of what a drone can do, this is it. You're getting 4K 60. If you're looking for fun, this is the drone. If you're looking to start in FPV, go to the Neo. And if you want to progress to here, absolutely. But if you want to go 2 feet first and just dive into FPV, this is where you're going to go. 23 minutes of flight time. 23. That means you need these. You're going to run out a lot quicker than you think you are, especially if you're in full manual or in sport mode and you're just ripping. This thing can get up to about 50 miles an hour, but the battery goes very quickly. Are you ready to tackle FPV with the Avata 2? Or do you prefer a little bit more of a chilled experience with a standard drone? Let's talk the DJI Air 3, and we'll also put an S on the end of that. So we have an Air 3 and an Air 3S. But I would say it's the balanced all-rounder, and it's also going to be the one with the highest cost. So this is the one that I'm going to get the best images out of, the one I'm going to take out if I'm doing any type of professional shoots. The reason I went here was because I just wanted the better image quality as well as the zoom camera. So you can't quite tell here because I have an ND filter on, but if I take that ND filter off, we have 2 cameras. One is a standard, regular, you'd probably consider a wide angle lens. The other is a zoom by about 3 times. Very cinematic, and for me personally, I love that. That was probably the main reason I wanted this drone. Secondary to that was the obstacle avoidance. This is 360. I went from the Mini 3, which had forward-facing obstacle avoidance, to the Air 3, which had 360 obstacle avoidance. Not something you want to rely on, but it's there, and I'm happy to have it. The battery life is incredible. So 45 minutes roughly, but starting off at plus $1,000 plus the Fly More combo, which you're going to get the extra batteries and the better controller, you're looking closer to $1,500. So big investment, depends on where you're taking your hobby or your profession. If you want something that's going to last and get you some incredible footage, as well as giving you, say, higher wind resistance than the smaller drones that we've looked at, faster speed, all these combined gives you a really powerful drone. The tracking on this is fantastic. Smart features, the cruise control just add up immensely. So the value for your money here is there, but it is the higher end of the scale for a starter for sure. So if the price is scary to you, look back at the other ones. If you're looking for as many features as you can get, giving you a lot of safety, a lot of reassurances that it's a strong, powerful drone, it can stand up to winds, and you're going to get a perfect, beautiful 3-time zoom shot, the Air 3 is for you. Like it is for me, for my day-to-day workhorse stuff. But for fun, the Avata 2. So your pick depends on your comfort level, your price range, and where you want to start off and where you want to go with a drone hobby or a drone profession. All of these drones can spark a love for flying, for storytelling, for many, many different things, including just the thrill of flying. I hope you enjoyed our deep dive into being a beginner drone flyer in 2025 and which options to go for. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.